Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This video I've had to debrand, I think is the best way to put it. Not because I've been told to or asked to or anything like that. The company in question, their lawyers are much bigger than anything that we could ever afford, basically. And if we want any hope of this video staying up, I feel like the best form of action is to debrand it. I feel like you'll know who the company is in it. It doesn't take a genius to work out, but I've done my very best that I possibly can to debrand it. All these clips that you're about to see are at the time. We're calling this as it goes along. This isn't a hindsight or anything like that video. So without further ado, let's change Alana's hair color to purple and go back, what is it, 2 months?
3 months, I think.
Yeah,
either way, quite a while.
Quite a while back. So let's fast forward to then. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And boy, have we got a video for you. Well, not really.
Yeah, it might have taken a small turn quite early on.
Where are we? We're at Binegar.
We're at Binegar, indeed.
Literally, Binegar Quarry is just down the road there.
Literally 1 minute down the road.
Yeah, we got there. The car is dusty.
It's dusty and it's very dirty.
Yep, you're good, you're good. Just nice and slow, more towards me, and you'll start seeing your line, hopefully. You got a bit of a sharp cut, drop down coming up, so just take it nice and gently. Yeah, you're almost there. You've got about a foot to go. Keep going, keep going. You're just about there. There you go, sharp drop.
Yeah, and it's currently 11:21, and the action kicked off at what, 10? Just after?
10, yeah.
And we've left. Yeah. It was so amazing. Yeah, we had incredible time.
No, it was really that bad. We decided to change our mind. No,
as you will see from the thumbnail, you'll probably guess what this video is going to be. Over to you.
Scott turned around and said, "Oh, people have been taking this line up this hill and going around here." I was like, "Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll do that."
Cue the clips just here.
Yeah, just go straight a bit, then a bit more towards me. That's it. That's it. Keep it on that. Nice and gentle. There you go. You should start seeing your line. And then follow it up that hill and around to the left. Nice.
Auto. So the one thing I've noticed is that if you put it into mode and light, it's much easier to control the top.
Yeah, it's really silty. I don't know if people might actually be better coming on this line and crossing over that sort of way potentially. Because Alana did this line and it went.
That line's a good one.
Yeah, ain't too bad.
On this side of this tree.
Yeah.
I personally didn't actually notice anything had broken, which I'm not sure if that says most about me, the car, Scott, whatever, I don't know.
Cue the clip. Shall we cue the clip here?
Yeah, cue the clip
if I've got it. Alana, I don't know if it was a rock that hit the exhaust. Just, well, I heard, I don't know if it was a rock that hit the exhaust, so I heard the exhaust bounce.
I just heard rocks flying.
Okay, it's alright, it's just, I'm just worried about that rear. See if it'll move.
See if it'll go backwards. Backwards.
You reckon that was exhaust hitting?
I'm hoping it was just a rock that hit the exhaust. Yeah, keep on that lock. Yeah, it's sounds fine. I was going to say, give it a try.
I don't think it's going to make it, but I'll try.
Give it a bit more right.
Lots of revs. No. Alana,
Yeah.
drive shaft.
Drive shaft. I thought it was.
Well, if you can, you've only got front wheel drive. Just go back on that lock a little bit. That lock you're on. Yep, because there's rocks down here I've got to watch you on. That's it, straighten up. And see if you
Alright, push her up.
if you can start turning the other way a fraction. That's it. Just keep going like that. Foot down, reverse.
Go on. It's alright, don't break it, we'll come and tow you.
Alana, it's going to be a tow job.
It's really dusty today. Nipping off over there to get yours with. I'll have a chat with Alana.
Just check that bolt on that clasp is tight enough. I think I've done it up tight enough.
I'm going to take as much metal as I can out.
Yep, okay.
Can you pick this up, Alana?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Just in neutral.
Right, it's taking a strain now. Okay, a little bit of left. A little bit more. Hold on that. Right hand down. Stop. Left hand down slightly. All there.
Well, that 2 feet.
Onto your brakes now, Alana.
Hold on the brake. Okay.
Thank you.
See if she can get going, yeah?
Yeah, let's hope.
There.
Yeah, you see, now you would have seen from that clip what it looked like from the outside.
Yep.
And why we're now sat 1 minute outside of the quarry.
outside of Binegar, having a picnic, enjoying the sunshine.
So our days turn really in a different direction.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to come after this clip. Maybe nothing, maybe something, I don't know. But I'm going to keep the GoPro on me. If people are nice enough, maybe I can get some B-roll shots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See what happens.
We'll see what happens.
But yeah, we're going to sit tight. It was going to happen to us on one occasion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoy what's to come with this video. Right, just a little update. We're still sat here. I don't know what the time is. What is the time?
12:15.
12:15. So a little update since our last little clip. We've just had a phone call from our time for just the van to come out, because obviously this could be a flatbed job, but with obviously they have to send a van out, diagnose it before they'll send a flatbed. We've never used it before. This is, well, we have, but for flat batteries, that sort of thing. This is
I've never used.
Oh no,
never in my life.
but I just mean what we know of.
Oh,
it's like for flat batteries jump starting, it's been used, and it's all been fine.
Normal stuff.
We just had a phone call from them to discuss obviously what the problem is, and Alana's just explained, and the caller, the person on the other end, was quite surprised actually that Alana actually kind of knew what had gone wrong. We're suspecting it's, I don't know if we said in the last clip, but driveshaft, CV joint, probably gone, rear passenger side. Anyway, like during the phone call, put it this way, we can't hide the fact. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, we somehow should have avoided saying that we'd been at Binegar Quarry, but the car's covered in mud. It's obvious it's been off-roading without a shadow of a doubt, and the quarry's just literally down road. They've just turned around and said that seeing as it's been used in either, I don't know if he said
motorsport event,
a motorsport event, it might not be covered under, because of their T&Cs, which there are endless amounts of. So it'd be interesting how it goes from here. She might get another call from a different department to discuss the circumstance of the breakage, because the breakage wasn't of us driving on the road, so we might not even have any cover because we've used
I've already been looking at another place somewhere.
Yes,
I might have to, you know.
So even though we've used the car for what it's meant for, you know, a bit of fun, and plus it's our personal fun, it's nothing to do, surely nothing to do with kind of at all. We're broken down, black and white, that sort of thing, but no, they're classing it as potentially a sports event or something like that. So
it's okay if they class it as a sports event. We'll take them into the quarry and show them it's not a sports event.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's going to be interesting how this goes. Tune in to find out more, because I'm interested in this video as what you are right now. This has to be the most annoying breakdown in the world. I'm going to guess it's that CV joint there that's gone broken.
I can't, it's broken! It's broken! Anti-stall!
Because I can see grease, which I'm guessing that's not normal. I'm guessing it snapped there, because looking over that side, it could have broken in there, but that looks all fine. It could be broken inside the boot, but yeah, the drive shaft's fine. I've just checked the other side and there's no grease on the other side on the external bit, but I'm guessing in there, if that was to be peeled back, there's probably two bits of metal that are not connected anymore that should be connected. But unfortunately I'm not a mechanic, so that's about as technical as it's getting. Right, the time is now 2:28, well 2:30 to be not exact, let's say. 2:30 p.m. We're still in the same spot. Freelander's over there somewhere.
Well, yeah, we've relocated to a bench that's just over the corner. Oh, there's daisies on the floor. I can make a daisy train.
So far, what's happened? Oh yeah, our kept getting delayed, obviously.
Yeah, the original time was, I think it was 12:15, and it arrived at what time did he arrive?
40, well, no, 1:45.
Yeah, 1:45, 1:50, something like that.
Yeah.
10 to 2.
We got a patrol out. We knew the patrol couldn't do anything.
It was a waste of time. Literally.
Do you know what? Hats off, the guy there.
He was sound.
He was really
He
nice.
was friendly, to be fair.
And we couldn't be angry with him or anything, because ultimately it's not his fault. He's just there to diagnose and do what he can. He's the face of the company. So our frustrations lie a bit with. And the reason for that is basically, as I would have said in the previous clip, we probably shouldn't have said that we was on a pay and play day. But it was always going to be obvious at some point the car has mud on it. I think it's one of them things that it's one thing that it's maybe a bit of learning material for everyone out there. We thought by having cover we'd be happy to go on these things. Most people seem to really rave about it when it comes to even breaking down on green lanes, pay and plays and that. I've never seen anything bad about it, which is why we use it, because I've never had, the only time I've ever had breakdown cover experience was with flat batteries, and that wasn't even on my own car. So it's kind of, you know, live and learn. But the guy basically turned up, he got underneath the car. Oh, thank you for turning the screen back on. He had a look, and I roughly kind of told him, I'm not a mechanic by any means, neither is Alana. As you know from our videos, we're not mechanics. And I basically kind of give him a rough rundown. He laid underneath the car. He got Alana to pull forwards, reverse back a bit.
I did think I was going to run him over.
Yeah, and then pull forwards again. And he come out and he went, well, it's rotating fine. And I said, yeah. And I basically had to self-diagnose it to him.
He was looking at the wrong side.
Yeah, I turned around and said, well, if you look at where the rear diff is and where the rear drive shaft joins it on the passenger side, you'll see a bit of grease exposed. I think it's like the two bits in there shattered. And lo and behold, sorry for the helicopter going over.
It's our recovery.
Yeah, lo and behold, when he moved the drive shaft, you can hear it popping in and out, in and out.
It doesn't sound pretty at all.
We're hoping it's not done the splines inside the rear diff, because that's something that we definitely can't afford anytime soon. But at the end of the day,
I think that'll be us trying to change a diff on our own on the driveway.
He's turned around and he went, yeah, that's definitely gone. I can feel the splines and everything gone.
Oh wow, the app, once you've actually got a recovery organised, doesn't work, I've just learned.
Oh, that's special. To get to the point, basically, the reason why we're frustrated is down to their T's and C's, which I'm sure there are a lot of. It says that they class this as a motorsport event. We said no, we literally just in the quarry. And what we do with the car is our business. Had we known that they'd void all breakdown cover apart from sending a pull out, and that's it, we probably would have looked at alternative methods.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't have sat for 3 hours waiting for a patroller to come out to basically tell us that they weren't going to recover us, because at that point, well, we could have organised our own patrol pretty much to come out at a stupidly extortionate price, which, long story short, we've basically had to pay, because we're a bit got by the short and curlies now, to basically recover us time.
Yes, so it's
I'm not going to say how much it's going to cost, but basically put it this way: if you're good at maths, they charge £4.50 per mile, and we're 150 miles away from home right now.
Yeah.
If you do the maths, that's not cheap.
No.
But unfortunately, had we have known earlier, I'd have organised recovery from a company that was more local to us that probably would have charged not an all that dissimilar price to do the same kind of thing, and wouldn't have been quite so grieved. But when you've been sat for 3 hours waiting for nothing to then still not be recover time, you kind of a bit got by the short and curlies, because I'd like to get home at some point this weekend. Yeah,
so this video continues. I think it's one of them things that if you come to a pay and play and everything, either don't mention that you're at a pay and play,
just be completely denial and hope that they don't realise.
Because one thing I just want to point out, and you won't hear me for a second, but I'm just going to turn the camera around. That junction there, I said to the guy, I said, so if we'd come up that junction and it'd let go then, and we'd broke down and we're parked up in the same place, would we be covered? And he said, yeah, because we're on the road and we broke it on the road. But just because we've gone just down the road, literally just down the road and into the quarry, it's then deemed as we've done it ourselves. So yeah, you make your own decisions. Are we all right? Are we allowed to be frustrated? Or
are we just frustrated because we've been sat here for so long? Probably.
I mean,
it's a 50-50 kind of thing, isn't it? You kind of expect to still be somewhat covered, don't you?
Yeah, so it's like, as much as we can be, like, we are frustrated and a bit annoyed.
Let's just call it a live and learn. It's like, if one tiny person, one singular person learns from, should we say, our mistake, great. We've kind of done the right thing in putting this little video together, haven't we?
Exactly. So sorry about all this waffle, but yeah, the video's turned into a totally different video. Let's see what time the actual recovery, the actual
from this moment in time, it should be around, I think it's about 40 minutes away, probably just under, because they did put it down as a priority because we've been waiting for so long, and I grumbled at the guy on the phone, but we'll see.
And he's also said on the phone after, like,
oh yeah, it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be at this moment in time, a one journey from here to home, not a relay.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Comment if you feel like it. Is it going to be one journey from here to our house, or are we going to be getting relayed?
But he has turned around and said that if a more urgent job comes off, basically we're going to get fobbed off, and he'll get then sent to that job. So
which you can kind of understand, because if you're broken down on a motorway, live lane, whatever, completely get it.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens in the next clip, people. We're we're switching to mobile phone footage now just because I can't bother to keep hold of the GoPro. Alana has just rung because it's what, 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Because they said 60 to 90 minutes like they always do with breakdowns. And what was that phone call that you just said?
What do you mean? What was the phone call?
Well, what was the outcome of the phone call when you chased them up? Because we've not heard anything.
The guy that I spoke to before said it was going to be a priority thing. So he said that he'd let me know if anything changed, like i.e. the person that was allocated to it wasn't then going to be allocated to it. There's nobody allocated to the job at the minute.
So we've got no ETA, we've got no idea of vehicle that's collecting us right now. The vehicle, like you said, that was allocated for some reason has been taken off. So yeah, we're still here, 20 to 4, still no idea when we're going to get collected, let alone what time we're going to get home. So the fun continues.
It does indeed.
Update 79 coming soon. Right, the time is now 4 p.m. We're still in the same spot. You can see the car there. You've just got me for this clip. Put it this way, Alana's not in a great mood. I think frustration, annoyance is probably getting more and more pronounced, basically, from what I can gather from the phone calls. For some reason, on one of the phone calls, it was put down as an unattended vehicle, so they were going to collect it within 48 hours. So, and we didn't have a clue about that. We didn't have a clue. We just say if it weren't for Alana putting a call into them, because it'd been 90 minutes, asking where the truck is, and then them kind of, the woman took it and kind of passed it on, and then it got found out that it was put down as an unattended vehicle, and no vehicle's actually been put down for this. And we've just had another phone call yet again, and basically it's now going to be referred to like a garage. So this is probably going to be relayed 2 times, 3 times, because basically when it's relayed as a garage, they basically just go 60 miles each time, like 60, and then 60. So yeah, we might have 3 relays, 3 different trucks in order to get us home. Yeah, we paid a lot of money for this sort of service. I don't think it's acceptable. Yes, we're in a safe location, and I guess did we cause the damage ourselves to a point? Yeah, because put excess stress on it, because pay and played, 4x4 experience day, sorry. But equally, this could have gone on the road. But annoyingly, yeah, if it had gone on the road, this probably would have all been free. But yeah, it is what it is. We don't have any sort of ETA. We don't have any sort of vehicle yet. And like I say, 4 o'clock, this all started at 11 just gone or something like that. So yeah, no further forward. So yeah, Alana just don't want to be filmed or anything now, because yeah, she's rather miffed, let's say, to put it in polite terms. Let's hope something comes of this. I think they said it could be anywhere between now and 8 p.m. that we'll get a recovery vehicle, so it could be another 4 hours from now. So we're documenting this because at the end of the day, this is, I'd hope this is the worst case scenario that happens, but it's definitely not the best. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next part. Right, here's your 4:30 update. I look like I got a very burnt face. This is not good.
Sunburnt. You are really sunburnt.
Not good. Anyway, I don't know what I last said, but breakdown recovery vehicle not assigned. It's now been transferred to a garage, which is what we didn't want, because they only...
said that the last time I remember you saying.
Oh, maybe, but they only cover 60 miles, something like that maximum.
Don't trust anything you say.
No, for us, 150 miles, as you can work out the maths, that could be probably in the region of 3 relays to get us home. And we've still got no one arrived. The other annoying thing is they keep saying they're putting notes on files to say that they'll keep us updated, because Alana keeps specifically saying, when things change, can you let us know, so we know what ETAs are and such like. And unfortunately, no one has been letting us know. Alana's had to be calling every time, waiting in queues and finding out that way. We've just found out that it is now obviously with an agent, and they're about half an hour away or so now. So yeah, hopefully 5 o'clock, our first of what could be 3 recoveries should be here to load us up. Fingers crossed. I want to say fingers crossed at this point, but I feel like it's a little bit beyond the joke. But yeah, that's just me saying that right here, right now. Right, 5:15 update. And yeah, I did say that the truck was meant to be here at 5. We've just got in contact with on the live chat, and now they reckon it's 20 minutes out. Should be from recovery, apparently, picking us up. Yeah, I don't really know what to say at this point other than wow. So yeah, another 20 minutes, fingers crossed. hopefully at one point you guys will see a recovery truck or whatever together with this car, and we'll be heading onwards. But yeah, might be nightfall by then. 5:30 update, still in the same location, still haven't moved, still don't have a recovery vehicle to collect us yet. Just had a phone, I think it's what, our first phone call?
That's our first useful phone call from them.
They've actually contacted Alana and kept her in the loop, as to say. The recovery vehicle still 20 minutes out, would you believe?
It's the second time it's been 20 minutes out.
Yeah, 20 minutes, long 20 minutes this. Apparently, it's going to take us from where we are, Binegar. What was it? Lee Delamere. Good old Gavin and Stacey. Gavin and Stacey kind of made that famous, didn't they? I think so. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're going to take us from there. And apparently, Lee Delamere to home. But
no, I did. Yeah, that bit's not going to be.
I was going to say, we think it's got to be another one because it's going to be about 100 miles from Lee Delamere to home. Yeah. So we think it's very unlikely that the driver's going to go from there. But anyway, yeah, let's see if this recovery vehicle ever turns up. But it's seeming hopeful that it might turn up. But yeah, long road ahead of us. Right, 6 PM update. We finally have recovery, probably one of the smartest recovery lorries there is on the road, in fact. But yeah, he's going to take us to somewhere like Lee Delamere or something. Absolutely lovely bloke, really nice truck. 6 PM with someone's finally out here to us. So hopefully, all being well, this gear gets scooped up and we'll finally be on our journey. And we might get to bed this side of midnight, who knows. See how it goes. Right, that's recovery truck number 1 disappearing. Do you know what? 10 out of 10. Both of them two were hilarious, and the truck was immaculate. Very smart truck indeed. Yeah, we're now in Lee Delamere. It is currently, hang on a minute. Well, we got here for about 7:45, I think, roughly, give or take. And it's now, yeah, 10 to. Obviously, he gave the time of about 8 o'clock, so yeah, our other onwards travel isn't here yet, but yeah, let's hope it arrives soon and we can get onwards to the next part of our travel. But yeah, it'll probably be dark by the time I finish this video. Oh, there's Alana. Say hello, Alana. The time now is 20:41, and the way this relay system is meant to work is that you get dropped off and the next recovery agent is waiting for your truck. So you get dropped off for one and picked up on the other, and worst case scenario was meant to sit around for 10, 15, 20 minutes max before the next one would roll in.
That was never going to happen.
Well, yeah, but the reality, like, that's what obviously would say happens, a seamless kind of transition, or they make it as smooth as possible. It's been anything but, and it's just literally, like, when you think it's got bad, it's got worse again. Straight away, as soon as we got dropped off, Alana was straight on the live chat again, because we don't, like, at this point, we do not trust on what they say, because they've said they'll go and get back to us, and they haven't been. Pretty much every time I think we've had to go to them to get any sort of updates. Even times that they give, they're constantly moving further and further and further away. So now the agent on the live chat, like, I think she's struggling, like, she's telling us information, but we're just struggling to believe it at this point. The next update is we could be in this services now till
10 to 11.
10 to 11, but it was 20 to 11, but the time's already moved to 10 to 11.
But it's okay. They would pay for us to have a taxi to get us home, and then they'd basically pick the car up and get the car to us at convenience, because we'd totally want to leave our car in a motorway services.
I'm not featuring Alana on camera because, yeah, it's not a good time.
I don't want to be cameraed anymore.
Question out there for you guys, your pride and joy. Would you leave it parked up in a services car park for an unknown amount of time / days with no real knowing of when it's going to get to you? It's like, yeah, sure, taxi would be great. It'd get us home and finish off that story, but the car, what then? We've got future plans for it. It's just disastrous. I get the live chat woman's doing as much as she physically can, and
also you kind of get the fact that breakdown things, they change. They're going to get people that are going to take priority, but take priority for that long when, like, I've been told so many times that this is going to be seen as a priority because they've peed us around.
It's like, I like Alana says, we're not an emergency, and I know there's more people out there in greater need. We get it, and the recovery truck drivers, there's not a huge amount of them everywhere you want to go. Get that. But
recovery truck drivers are bloody a godsend, aren't they?
Yes.
Everything else that lets it down.
And just to think, it's like, well, if this next recovery truck don't turn up to 11, that's 11.5 hours from initial contact. I don't know, 11.5 hours to get to Lee Delamere, like, what's that, 60 miles? Something like that?
Not even that far, is it?
And that's not even home. Would you say that's appropriate? I don't know. Maybe you guys out there have had this sort of experience before, and maybe this is normal. Obviously, this is our first time getting properly recovered and relayed. I don't know. Losing words. The cost aside, it's like, well, even if we turned around and said we didn't go in Binegar Quarry, we broke down on the road and we didn't have to pay, the service would have been exactly the same. The service wouldn't have been any different. So yeah, words do fail me, and I thought we was going to be home this side of midnight, but yeah, that's unless this recovery truck suddenly materializes, that's not going to happen. So yeah, we'll fight the good fight and continue fighting the good fight.
This is like a really, really, really bad angle, and it's very zoomed in, and I'm using the flash on the phone and it's less than ideal. But this is our little waiting for our relay driver setup. Got the phone set up, we're watching some motor race, and I've kind of spread out a little bit unintentionally, not very comfortably. I've got a handbrake kind of protruding.
We've got snacks.
We've got snacks just here.
I've drunk the iced coffee at night time.
We're doing good. We've got an advert, but yeah, we're making the most of the situation we have.
Winning. Right, I know you can't see me very well in this light, but it's the best that we've got right now. Alana's just gone to the toilet. It's 22:40 now. 22:40, 10:40 p.m. Alana tried the live chat, and yeah, apparently it's busy. So I think something like whoever's on the live chat has gone for a cup of coffee, or they're just choosing to ignore us now. I'm not sure. Or they've just gone for a very long poo. Alana's just rung them up because the live chat just ain't getting us nowhere anymore. We got through to someone different. Obviously, it must be night shift that's clocked on now. And the driver is 55 miles away. Yeah, it was meant to be about, I can't remember what, about 11-ish or something like that. 55 miles away. It's and he's on till 4:30 a.m, so he should take us all the way. But we've heard this before, and it got taken away or never assigned, or we've been told so many different things, and now they're twisting it, saying, and I'm gutted we didn't record all the calls, but now they're twisting it and saying that basically when we made payment, we were made well aware that it was going to take a long time. No, they didn't. Like, they told us when we made payment that it was going to be truck and it was going to take us all the way. And then yeah, like, it's just now the fact they're trying to twist things and stuff like that, it infuriates us even more. The fact of, we said it was going to take a long time. No, you didn't. You said that you got a truck assigned to us, it was going to turn up, take us all the way home, and that was going to be it. I then find out that no one was assigned to us, and it was a non-attended vehicle. We didn't exist. And now they've even turned around and said, oh yeah, like they keep repeating that the fact they've offered us a taxi service, which they have. But then the woman on the phone said, yeah, you can leave the key on the wheel, we'll get a taxi to you to take you home, and then the recovery will come and basically hi Alana.
Hello.
Yeah, the taxi will come and basically take us home, but leaving a key on the wheel.
I think you've already told this story.
Maybe, I probably told it 1,000 times.
That genuinely just blew my mind. She said that, sorry, I don't know what you've just said, but she said we could leave a key on the wheel of our car in a service station car park. Motorway services. Leave the key on a wheel. Bearing in mind, for one, I know obviously she doesn't know the makeup of the car, but how you can picture how open the wheel thing is on a Freelander. Imagine, oh my god. I don't even know what to say anymore.
So yeah.
Do you know the other thing that just tickled me as well? I just thought of when I was coming back from having a wee.
What's that?
She said, and I don't know, maybe I'm thinking a bit too much into this, maybe I'm a bit too intelligent. She said, by law, a driver couldn't take us all the way from where we started to home.
Yes.
By law, it's in a truck, you're probably talking tops 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
You can drive 4.5 without having a break in a truck.
Yeah.
You can drive, 10 hours tops in a day in a truck. I know obviously the probability of catching somebody when they've not driven anything, but not being funny, many people will have come on shift in the time that we've been in this saga.
It's now what? The ETA of the person arriving is now something like...
an hour and a half to 2 hours from 20 to... No, about 10:30, give or take. So we're talking like, 11:30, 12.
Yeah.
Ish.
So yeah, midnight, here we come. Wow. Wow. Just keeps getting better. And even then, we don't even believe it's going to be then. We think it's going to be...
We're not getting home in one hit. We're not getting home in one hit, I call it now.
No. So, yeah. The story continues. I apologise that this video's turned out quite so long. Hopefully it ends... I don't know, can it end on a good note? But
I'm not so sure anymore.
If there's any more clips or any more updates, I'll put them in. But Alana's chilling out.
How bad does this go?
You're about to find out. While Alana chills out, let me move my finger. And sorry about this weird framing thing. I've got this feature switched on my phone.
I couldn't sleep in this car like this.
Good night,
I just got
Alana.
nap, but it's not very comfy.
Yeah, but I know you can't barely see me. I don't know if there's going to be many more updates. And I know once we get home, I'm not going to be bothered filming. I'll film some clips as the car gets unloaded. Hopefully now, surely it can't go too wrong. I'm gutted it's not turned out to be a really good Binegar video. You've got to watch this instead, but Joel did say he was recording a video, so hopefully I'll be able to link to his and anything else I find on YouTube. If anyone's filmed there and watched this video, leave it down in the comment section where you've posted your video. We're just going to conclude this video right here, right now.
It's the same day as what we actually got home.
Yep.
It's currently 10:36, so we're looking at, wait, what did we get home? We got home at just gone 3:30. 6 hours later than what we actually got home. We've been to bed, slept for about 3.5 hours.
Yep, I had about 3.5 hours sleep, and I think we've worked out we're awake for 23 hours or something.
Yeah, 23.5 hours awake.
Yeah, so yeah, we're both...
Some people that's normal. For us, that's not normal.
No, that's not normal for us. So we're both feeling the side effects of it. Getting on to kind of, just to sum up the whole video.
Yeah, just really quickly.
The cost side of things, the 700 quid, I just want to touch upon that. At the end of the day, that was technically our fault.
Yeah, but we don't even care about that anymore.
No, that's we do care, but the thing is, it's like, I thought that a breakdown service, yes, we used it for an extracurricular activity, let's say, if you want to put it that way, but at the end of the day, the car's broke, the recovery surely should still be in force. It doesn't matter how broke, it's like, it still goes on the same flatbed. It's like, yeah, we put excess pressure on it, but come on, that side of things,
irrespective.
£700. Do you think we got value for money? I'll put that out there. Do you think we got value for money? Do you think the service we received was worth £700?
And irrespective of the price thing, the thing that I think we were most shocked about of the whole situation, the relay situation would have still happened. We'd have still, irrespective of whether the car broke on a pay and play, whether it broke on the road where we actually were sitting, we would have still been 153 miles away from home. So the relay situation would have still happened. And I think the thing we 100% are the most grateful of the whole situation is both of the recovery drivers that collected us at both the first point and then the second point. Despite the delays, they were both so friendly. And recovery drivers of any kind of form, it's like, if there's anybody out there that is a recovery driver, we take our hats off to you. You are absolute legends.
Yes.
Because it's a horrible job, because we can only imagine the people that they must deal with when they've been sat there for as long as what we were. We were still somehow laughing and joking with the recovery drivers. I think it helped with the second one. We'd just hit a point of delirium that we didn't even know what day it was at that point, you know. We're quite almost lucky that we can kind of still somewhat stay positive and get on with people, you know, quite well.
But yeah, I have to give a big shout out to the driver on the second leg, because I don't know if I would have put it in any text or anything, probably not, but he did not have to take us home. He
only had to take us as far as Cherwell Valley, which is the end of the A43, which is still about another hour away from where we live. He stayed on extra, thankfully for us, to actually get us all the way home because of the delays we'd had. And ultimately, I think it had been about 2:30 in the morning. Nobody else would have come and got us at that point until later in the day anyway. Absolute legends. And both of them really were.
I don't know if you just said it, but the road closures.
Oh God, the road closures coming back on the second leg. We hit 3 road closures after we got off the motorway to get home. And the first road closure was right by Cherwell Valley Services. So that driver 100% would have been within his right to say, I'm sorry, I cannot do this. I'm leaving you in the services. He could have 100% done that, but no, he looped it round back onto the motorway, got the most direct-ish route that he was able to take and still got us back, even then hitting another 2 further road closures. He went with it and still got us back.
I'm just going to touch upon, I hope this video does not in any way, shape or form put anyone off of pay and plays.
No.
I hope this video, our intention with this video is to highlight almost, one, how important it is to not mention you're on any sort of green lane, byway, pay and play.
Yeah.
You do anything other than, like, if you break down, get pulled to the road and just say that you've broken it on the road. It may not fly. They might really stringently enforce the T&Cs.
It definitely seems like are a lot stricter on pay and plays 4x4, by like whether they cover people that have broken down on a byway or whatever. It definitely seems like they're a lot stricter now than what they ever used to be, because we've definitely heard of a few experiences now that people haven't been covered in the same situation as what we have been. So it's definitely something to be fully aware of, that you could come quite unstuck like what we pretty much almost did. So definitely have almost like a plan B potentially if you really do need it.
The other thing I want to touch upon is, I want to say, well, from the both of us, a massive thanks to Joel, because he stopped by. To Andrew
checked in on us to whether we needed anything. Basically, you if you've watched this, you know who you are. If you checked in on us, whether it be on a message, you stopped while we were parked at the side, you know, where we were waiting to be recovered. You checked in on us on a message, you stopped like just to check in with us in person. Literally, thank you so much. We really do appreciate that.
I keep remembering bits and pieces. We were really fortunate that one of the things that I haven't said in the video, and I overlooked it when I was recording the things, but we had a big power bank, because as part of my media gear to power like some of the stuff, I have a big power bank. It's for that. I hadn't used it obviously by this point. That big power bank could come in massively useful, because that was charging Alana's phone. I ended up using our Noco to charge my phone. if you didn't have them, with the amount of time it would take them, we would have both had flat batteries by at least Lee Delamere.
Yeah, it's definitely 100% that thing of we're always well prepared when it comes to food, drinks, power banks, whatever it may be. 100% when you are going on a distance drive, it definitely reinstates, go prepared, have some snacks, have some drink, have some way of charging your phone if you are going to need it, because you definitely really could end up in a really tricky situation without those things.
But I just want to round it off and say, your patrols on the ground, it's like even the person that come out to us are fantastic.
They're on the road guys, they are brilliant. They are, well, I'm sure there's a few that maybe are not so, but the experience we had with the people that came out to us, absolutely brilliant.
And the nighttime, I don't know what your name is, the woman that was on the nighttime shift.
Yeah, he did say what her name was.
I think it was Miriam or Mim or something like
something
that.
like that.
Do you know what? You were
brilliant.
You were the first person that gave us straight answers and actually
came at us with honesty.
And proper, because at one point, I'm sure I said it in the video, she gave us the incorrect information. She said it was 5 and 10 minutes away, but unfortunately had to take a break at a services down the road. Hats off, she come back, she told us the truth. We didn't matter, we reclined the seats, had a bit of shut eye, we didn't get any sleep, but we just closed our eyes.
We could just chill.
And we could relax for a bit. But the people that are putting down incorrect information,
it's awful.
That's, I don't know, maybe a lot of people say that's what you should expect, that's the service you should expect, but
sorry. I'm getting a dead hand, I just need to move the phone.
But yeah, to me, like, I'll leave everyone to comment below what your thoughts are, but I don't want to, I don't want to single out the individuals on the office side of things.
Ultimately, mistakes happen, but how many mistakes happened was just pure incompetence.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen, and it does kind of almost concern you that if that was to have happened in a live lane on a motorway, in a, you know, one of the emergency bays on a motorway, would they have got correct information all the time? I'm not so sure.
It's even when we got dropped at Lee Delamere services, they didn't even tell us. Like, I know that there's signs in the services about, like, you get 2 hours free parking.
Yeah, they didn't tell us about the free parking thing. We knew about it anyway, thankfully, so we were quite fortunate. But if you weren't familiar with motorway services, you're not going to know that after 2 hours you're going to get charged for your parking.
It's inexcusable to offer a relay service. Bearing in mind, we were basically, what we paid, we basically upgraded ourselves to almost like the bells and whistles package for that trip. The relay service, it's inexcusable, surely, that there's no vehicle almost waiting at the relay point.
You kind of expect there to be delays, because ultimately I don't think you expect a vehicle to literally be sitting waiting for you as such, but you definitely expect there to be a bit of communication as to when that vehicle is likely to be there. And the other thing as well was, when it came to the second relay vehicle, I had to ask what company was going to be coming to collect us, because ultimately you're sitting in a services, you're waiting for a recovery truck of some kind. The first one was obviously a subcontractor for so it wasn't a vehicle. I then kind of said to the person on the phone, it's like, who are we actually looking out for? And at that point she said it's going to be a vehicle, so we actually knew who to look out for at that point, because we didn't know. We had to ask. It should be information that's given to you, surely, because from a safety perspective, what's to say somebody isn't going to try and, like, I don't know, take the car that isn't even supposed to be taking the car.
But what we are going to contact the customer service at
where we can get with just filing a complaint at the end of the day. It's not okay.
No, and if we get anywhere with that, I'll leave it after this clip if I can. I don't know how that's going to work, but we're talking, all these clips have been as of the moment, so
we don't even know what has been filmed anymore.
No, this is the most probably raw version of us that you'll probably see in a video,
and hopefully it won't happen again.
No, I'm going to leave it there. I know I probably signed off in one of the clips, but I'll probably cut that out. I don't know how I would have edited this up. But thank you very much if you've watched this video. Thank you very much.
One person learns from our mistake, fine. You know, we're going to put it out there. We're honest. We're not going to hide the fact everybody messes up sometimes. And I think this could be one of the occasions that we did a little bit. But
it's still go and enjoy your pay and play 100%. Days, 4x4 experience days. Binegar Quarry, fantastic site.
It is a fantastic place. Out of all of the off-roading experiences we've had, both off-road, green lane, whatever it may be, it's the first breakage we've had. So for the pasting we've put on the Freelander in particular, it was always going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's just sod's law that it happened 153 miles away from home.
Exactly. Feel free to share this video about to make other off-road like people aware, because this isn't just isolated to our Freelander 2. This could be
across the whole thing.
Disco. It might not even be a 4x4. You might have an off-roading car that's not 4x4, or even you might be on holiday in Scotland and expect to get relayed back to your house or something like that.
Yeah.
This is for everyone, so if you want to share this video, go for it. This is our experience. Hopefully you guys had a much better experience than what we've had if you've used it. Really apologetic for that really harsh cut. Alana's seen a rough cut to the video. She roughly knows what's going to be in it.
I've reminded myself what happened,
because we're now 2 or 3, well, just over 2 months, almost
heading for 3 months later.
3 months later, and the reason why we've cut it so harshly there is we did send a complaint into the company, the breakdown company, as I've been calling it in the video.
Proud of you for not saying it then.
I know, if I do say it, I will blur the mouth like I has been doing, so
you just don't want to go through the pain of having to do that.
Exactly. And I feel sorry for the person that had to deal with the complaint, because we did send,
it was a long email, but equally we did do it. I think it was the day we basically got home, and obviously it was all very at that point, and we were very tired and annoyed and everything, so it was a very thorough complaint, I think we'll call it.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I want to give a mention to, I'm just going to say, someone out there that give us the big tip of don't go to Trustpilot or something like that and just stick a really
bad review. Just go straight to basically the customer service team of the company, which is what we did do, which is where we got a very thorough response from them.
Yes, and we've got this response here. I'm not going to put it on screen, so let's just say they may or may not have said any of this. We could be making this entirely up.
We could, obviously.
Trying to cover our backs as much as possible. This could be something we've just typed up on our own.
Definitely, because we're clever like that.
Exactly. But this was their response, without further ado, because I know this video has gone on for a long time. So thank you to anyone that has watched this far. What they've basically done is they've broke down what we sent to them in multiple parts. Basically, they've broke it down because they want to address each bit individually. Their investigation, obviously, this is somewhat the conclusion of it all. Part 1, speed in attending breakdown is an important part of their service. They admit that they did not meet their expectations. They aim to reach people as quickly as possible, and as you'll see in the video, I think that was definitely lacking.
But they've agreed to the fact of it was lacking, which basically they've admitted they were wrong. I'd say that's fair play. And
clearly on this occasion, we had to wait unacceptably long, and they declare it as for help to arrive of 8 hours 36 minutes outside of their expectations. Part 2,
they were basically saying in part 2, let's just summarize it, they're basically saying that they send out a vehicle regardless, because generally speaking that is what people want, and it does fix vehicles generally speaking. Basically that's their policy, which ultimately we understand, and we're not arguing with that fact. It's true, isn't it?
Part 3, I think there was a bit of cross wires on the fact of how we sent the email. It goes on to say we expect our staff to always behave professionally, and I'm really sorry to hear that you feel like you're treated discourteously. This was cross wires because in our email we did turn around and say that the person said quite bluntly, "You're not recovered," and I
think he's taken it in ever so slightly the wrong way, but that's a very minor part of the whole thing in the grand scheme of things. That doesn't really matter.
I have to say the recovery person was very nice overall.
Yeah.
It was just the fact of... It
was the circumstance, wasn't it? How it had been not dealt with.
We were told on the phone we'd get a phone call back to let us know if we were going to be covered or not. We didn't. If we had got a phone call back to say we were not covered, Alana could have organised potentially private things or got quotes or something like that. So we could have had our own recovery on the way, cancelled the breakdown companies and just done it that way and probably got home a lot sooner. So yeah, the guy was lovely. It was just the way things were handled in the respect of how we were told that we wouldn't be covered. Part 4, I've reviewed the breakdown notes, reports and calls from 10th of May 2025 and confirmed our agent contacted you shortly after you reported your breakdown on the app.
This section's basically saying about their T&Cs, and as much as we were wrong in the fact that we broke the car at an off-road event, and one of the T&Cs, and he has quoted it, basically it does say off-road things. Yeah. Ultimately, that is our fault.
Yeah.
We can't argue that. It's kind of simple, isn't it? It's like, ultimately, if you've used your car in an off-road thing and they find out about it, whether it be through you saying or whether it just be because it's blatantly obvious because your car's covered in dirt, it's one of their T&Cs.
Yep.
It's literally a T&C. You can't argue it, and we're not going to argue that fact because it's true.
Well, the only thing I'm just going to bring up is it would be nice if looked into what the breakage was and not how it got broken, because I understand if you've driven your vehicle into a water thing, for example, and drowned your car, you shouldn't be recovered. Or you shouldn't get the membership kind of things, and it is in their T's and C's. But something like what we had, a broken CV joint that could have gone on the road or anywhere, that's where I think that it's like maybe a bit of consideration into what's gone wrong. Part 5, I've reviewed our telephone call logs and identified basically the argument is, and this is the bit that I think's a bit contentious. On this call, you were asked if it would be on their own lorry, who would be attending. The agent advised that it should be their own lorry. And basically they're just going on to turn around and say that it might change to a third party recovery if their own lorry is requested to attend a different job. So he couldn't guarantee if it was their own lorry. But when Alana...
The person on the phone had 100% said it was their own lorry and had even told me the driver's name. Unfortunately, I cannot remember the driver's name, and I couldn't remember the driver's name when we did the email, but beside the point. It had obviously gone from either that person had made up that fact or it had been changed and we didn't get told, which either way, you know, one of those. Yeah,
I was going to say, it's just frustrating because, like Alana said, she got told that it'd be on their own lorry, it'd be one run. The driver that was clocking on, that was going to be his job for the whole day. Yeah. And it's like they go on to dispute the fact of they would never do that, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, when Alana was paying, it was one of the things that was specifically mentioned when paying.
I don't know if I would have entirely paid quite as willingly, well, not willingly, but quite as easily as I did had I have known otherwise. But
yep. Part 6, I've reviewed the breakdown notes, reports, and identified a conversation with their team. The notes identified a booking area was made and your recovery was not logged as a priority, but as an unattended recovery. That was quite nice that they've acknowledged that.
They've acknowledged that they got it wrong.
Yeah.
Which, any acknowledgement of an error is a bonus, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. They then obviously reprioritised it, and they actioned a £20 voucher as a way of an apology for the inconvenience caused. So that was kind of quite nice that they've acknowledged that and said that they basically got it wrong, because we were expecting them to come back and say we didn't get it wrong, but they have, which is nice. Part 7, I've reviewed the breakdown notes and audit trail that relates to the service provided throughout the initial attendance and then subsequent recovery. I identified a number of plan updates which meant the expected arrival times changed frequently. These changes were linked to their own breakdown people / third party partners being delayed on previous jobs, diverted, end of shift breaks.
Which are all things that you would expect to happen with a breakdown thing, because everything changes.
Yes.
You can't, you know, it's a fact, isn't it?
It just comes to the communication again, because
had anybody have told us that things were changing, or even every so often when things were changing, then so be it, but they didn't.
And then part 8, we've kind of addressed this already. I reviewed our telephone call logs and identified a call, basically 10th of May, 1406. On this call, you had asked if it would be a straight journey to your home address. The agent initially said yes, you should be taken directly to your home address. However, he then stated that the job may have been given to a third party if our own breakdown lorries had to do a recovery on a motorway, and due to catchment area of 60 miles, the recovery may be legged. Like I say, we covered that. Yeah, we were told that it'd be one lorry straight through, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Part 9, I've reviewed our telephone call logs and web chats, confirmed that you made 3 telephone calls into, whereas they made 7 outbound calls to us. I've also identified you contacted us on 4 separate occasions about your breakdown through our web chat. Although a number of calls we made to you, the time between them calls was lower than they would had expected in keeping you up to date, and I apologise for this. Another contentious bit, because although I think we made a lot more calls than that.
We did make a lot more calls than that, because I think I counted it on my call log when we sent the email, and it was definitely more than that.
Yeah, and also I don't know if all of them went through, because some of the times they weren't picked up, and it was like a lot, and we did go through the web chat quite a lot in the end, because the phone calls weren't getting picked up. But as you were seeing in the video, the web chats then didn't start getting picked up, so we had to go back to phone calls. In summary, this is quite short to get through, and this is basically, this is where the video turns again and adds a complete rotation to the video. Part 1, I agree that there are long delays outside their expected arrival times. They apologise for this, and they've auctioned a compensation. oh sorry, actioned. Auctioned. A compensation check for £400 for the inconvenience caused. So that's the main thing.
It's a chunk of the money back that we had to pay, which, yeah, it's still annoying that we had to pay, but it makes it a little bit less of a bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
Part 2, they're unable to agree that a recovery vehicle should have attended your breakdown and not a roadside breakdown van. So
make of that what you will, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's a T&C. It is what it is. We can't argue with that.
No, it's part of
it.
Part of their process. They're not just going to send out lorries willy-nilly. So, part 3, I agree from what you said that our patrol's behaviour is poor. Like I say, that was crosswise.
We'll kind of ignore that bit because it.
It's like his behaviour was fine. It was just how we got told that was kind of like the issue. Part 4, I am unable to agree that you should not have to pay the surcharge fees for recovering your vehicle.
Again, it's the T&Cs. It is literally a written T&C, and we are aware of that. Even more so now than what we were before. Yes,
and the T&Cs probably say about social media and stuff like that, which we'll probably get our membership.
Mate, we'll read that before this video goes live.
Yes. Part 5, I'm unable to agree that you were told that their own recovery lorry would be attending your recovery and not a third party partner.
we can't agree with that fact, but at the same time, whatever.
I was going to say.
I'm kind of past.
It says in future you can request their own lorry, however this may delay anyone attending your breakdown promptly. Well, we did request their own lorry.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Part 6, I agree that your breakdown recovery was logged incorrectly and apologise for this. I've actioned a compensation check for £20 for the inconvenience caused. So yeah, that's another hopefully £20. Part 7, I agree that the arrival time for our breakdown workers and third party partners did keep being updated and I apologise for this. I have actioned a compensation check for £20 for the inconvenience on that respect. Part 8, I am unable to agree that you were told that the recovery would be a direct one.
It is not. We can't agree with that, but whatever.
We'll take it. And part 9, I agree that a communication could have been better. I've actioned a compensation check for £20 for the inconvenience caused. That's kind of everything that they've said in a nutshell.
Yeah. If you're bored enough and you've really watched the video this far, feel free to work out how much all that those checks are in total. Compared to what we paid, is it ideal? Not entirely, but it's money back. Ultimately, they've admitted they were wrong on so many factors, which for us is a massive relief, because ultimately, for one, it doesn't make us feel like we were going quite so insane.
No.
And ultimately, they've admitted they were wrong. They've admitted they should have been better, which is a relief because that's what we thought as well.
I was going to say, at the time, obviously horrible, because obviously just everything going on, as you'll have seen, not ideal. Their complaints team, do you know what, in the grand scheme of things,
it took a long time to get that response, but when you send the complaint, it says that they'll acknowledge it within, I think it's 10 days, and they'll aim to respond entirely within, I think it's 28 or something. So overall, it takes a good chunk of time to get that response, but ultimately, you kind of expect it. I can only imagine what they must deal with, you know, one way or another. But yeah, I
do think their complaints team has been quite fair.
Yeah, and they've been thorough at the end of the day, which is kind of what we wanted.
Yeah, so overall the experience at the time was a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
But after all said and done, and all the dust has settled, and we're looking back on hindsight, obviously they did get us back.
It's worked out for the better.
Yeah.
Which ultimately is the main thing, and ultimately we've learned from the experience, and hopefully somebody watching this video will also learn from the experience.
Yes.
Which is a bonus.
I was going to say, there's a lot in this video, so I'm not going to
We'll wrap this up now. We're still just traumatised by just quite how long the process was, I think, in reality.
Yes. But yeah, thank you very much for watching these videos. If you can subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. Try and get us to 10,000 subscribers, because we're heading that way.
Hit the little like button as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got to this point. If you haven't, you've not hit that like button. Why? Because, well, you're impressive.
Yes. Also, Instagram.
It'll all be somewhere down below on the screen.
Basically, help us get to, I don't know if it's 100 followers or something like that.
It's not 100, it's more than that, but
yeah, something like that. Go over there, follow us on Instagram. Also, we've got a Facebook page that we post loads of different content.
Well, somewhere on the screen also.
Go and check that out. But thank you very much for watching this, and we'll catch you in the next video, guys. And we're going to say goodbye. Are you going to split the camera?
I'll let you split the camera.
Okay, and splatteroonie.